Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today we're going to be talking about how I invested over $225,000 into my E-Trade account since February 27th. So what we're actually going to have our video on this week was going to be our newest construction project on Enterprise Boulevard. It's a duplex that takes our 5 units existing on that property to 7. But with this volatile market, we couldn't help but show you a great time in the market to trade. Now, also we're going to show you what we're planning on buying, what we've already bought, and what we're going to buy in the future. And we're going to show you some tax saving options to where you can better keep what you earn during this volatile market. So what a crazy roller coaster of the last month it has been. So not only has the Dow seen its 52-week high and its 52-week low all in the same month, but stocks are trading for 50 to 90% of their actual value depending on how much risk you're willing to take. On top of that, we went from our quickest bull to bear market in stock market history, and we also have a fear-driven market that has not seen a correction in sight yet. So as you can see, I am rocking the polo today. If you guys like this look, please comment below. I'd like to know because I've also got questions on why I wear the suit. And of course, it's because I'm the director of a large automotive group. When I get done at work, I just come up here and give you some, what I would hope that you guys consider good quality and good thought out content. Now, here's the thing. So not only is it Sunday where I am wearing my polo and not at work, because in Louisiana, we do not work on the car lots on Sunday, but I also want to talk about one cool thing that we just hit. So thanks to you guys, we just now hit 300 plus subscribers and almost 2,000 hours of watch time. So I wanted to tell you thank you so much. Please comment below. I'm going to do a thank you comment video. I might even do it on this one, but I'll do it again on the next one or the one after that, just showing the cool comments that you guys are doing, because there's been a lot of really interesting ones all the way to really motivating ones. So let's get into the Dow futures. So right now at around 10 o'clock, the Dow is sitting on Sunday, sitting at $1,041 of futures negative, okay? So here's the thing. I believe before the market opens, I think the Dow will be somewhere between negative 1,500 and negative 2,000. And I'm thinking that Monday is going to be one of the biggest down days we have had yet. Reason I think about that is because nothing's really changed besides the Fed stepping in. The mass panic over here, everybody, the grocery store lines are crazy. Even CVS, you can't go and buy water. You can't, the toilet paper conundrum, everything is going on. So I do believe that the panic in the market is at an all-time high, and it might even go a little higher. But I do feel that we're going to have a nasty day where we'll probably trip another circuit breaker, which just means 7% of the market, having an issue. So before we get into my portfolio, I want to go ahead and do two things. I want to give you my thoughts on the market and address the elephant in the room. So the elephant in the room, I'm not calling her an elephant, but the silver cup on my desk is actually my fiance's, Kayla's. And what I put this here for was to remind me to make sure I told you that we also got her excited about the stock market. So I have never been more proud watching her learn how to invest, figuring out what stocks to buy. She's created her E-Trade account tonight, and she's planning on dropping $5,000 to $20,000, depending on how this goes, in the account for probably Thursday is when it'll be available to her. She's a real estate agent. She does a fantastic job. She sells me all of my properties, and I couldn't be more proud of her. Now, before we get into my portfolio, like I said, I want to go ahead and tell you what my thoughts are on the market. So the first thought I have is the fact that we possibly could go into a recession because there is such a large amount of fear and uncertainty in the market. Now, keep in mind, the reason that we would go into a recession is for the simple fact that the market might stay fear-driven for another 3 to 4 months. Now, here's the thing. As you've watched in previous videos, a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of industry and stocks going down in value. Right now, we're going to be finishing out March most likely down, but between April and June, some fantastic stuff can happen because I have never seen a stronger bull market, even though currently we are in a bear market. On top of that, I still feel like it is the absolute best time to buy. When I tell you that I have missed out on an opportunity in 2008 to ride Bank of America up $4.20 all the way to $35 in recent times, I still regret that. This will not be that case. On top of that, whenever the weather heats up and this is over, I do feel like we'll be able to find toilet paper again, as well as bottled water, and be able to enjoy the risks of our labor, and understanding that there wasn't really many risks at all. I don't feel like the government would let the transportation segment actually go out, which is the biggest volatility with cruise liners and airlines, because they are actually stopping anybody from actually using them to an extent, especially cruise lines. So that's my thoughts on the market. So let's get into my portfolio, and I will show you a few things, and I think you'll very much enjoy it. So here we are in the computer. Let's get into my E-Trade account. So let's see here. I'm going to try and shorten this up. I've done it where I went over this twice, and it didn't work out. So I'm gonna have to skip over some. But just to show you, one, this is not any longer. It's Sunday. It's actually Tuesday morning. On Sunday, I ended up filming until about Monday at 2 o'clock in the morning. I got a little too tired to finish. And then, of course, now it is Tuesday at 1:31 a.m. I think. Yeah. So it's Tuesday at 1:31 a.m. I got work at 8. So once again, I do apologize. But let's see here. So I didn't end up buying anything. The market went down 3,000 points today, and I do expect it to be relatively flat and or up tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. I don't really know where the futures are at. But as you can see, $218,342 right here in net account value. My total gain is $5,193 negative, which is why my account does not show the number I told you in the video, which is $225,000. Now understand, this is crucial. You have to get used to being able to lose this kind of money if you're going to win in the stock market. The reason that this is an issue is because some people can't handle this red number right here, and so it causes problems. And then lastly, you see on this third side right here on the end of the screen, you see cash, $135,792.61. That is what I have sitting on the sidelines, and please do not think I am misleading you. That is money that I do plan on absolutely investing. I didn't just put that in because of a YouTube video. I am a serious investor when it comes to these kinds of things. So I am gonna skip through these. So I'm gonna go through them one by one, but at the same time, I'm only going to cover a few spots on them. So Bank of America, as you can see, I own 1,000 shares right here. So you see quantity QTY and 1,000. I also paid $24.25. The reason I did that was because at the time I wasn't sure if the market was going to correct, and the 52-week high is $35.72. So here's the thing: in the event, let's just do a little math. In the event that it goes back up and I wait a year or 2 years and it goes back up to $35.72, and I got 1,000 shares. Let's say that I have a profit of $11.47 times 1,000 shares, which give me $11,470. So that's just a brief overview of Bank of America. BP is a great stock that has been affected by not only fear, but also the oil and gas price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia. So that one is a great one as well. As you can see, I only own 300 shares of that one, and I own it for $21.18. Now let's go into my biggest gamble, and I'll actually go into this one too. So Carnival Cruise Line, as of right now, is one of my first and biggest gambles. As you can see, it's got a 52-week low of $14.50, which I will be bettering my position. I've been just trying to wait a little while because, right now I own it at $19.95 or 50 cents or whatever it is. And the 52-week high is $57.69. And there's nothing really holding Carnival back besides the fact that they had to park the ships because of the pandemic. So here's the thing. Let's just do a little math on Carnival. So in the event I have my shares at 1955, let's see. Yep, 1955. I own 1,200 shares of it. And the 52-week high is 57.69. Let's say the profit of $38.14 times my 1,200 shares, I would pick up $45,768 in profit. However, that $135,000 is going to go into Carnival and a few of these other ones. And I'm going to show you my watch list if I have enough time. Let's go to Norwegian and Kraft. So Kraft, which is this one right here. So Kraft, just to show you, I believe Kraft's going to be a really good player for me because one, all the aisles are bare, and that includes the Kraft products. So once again, fear is just driving this one down. I only own 100 shares of that one, so let's not spend a lot of time on this one. Norwegian Cruise Line is going to be just like Carnival, except it has a lot bigger upside because it is so low right now. So I do only own 200 of that, but I do plan on improving that to around 1,000 shares of it. Now this next one, SPXU, is the famous stock for me that has lost tons of money, but I have not learned my lesson yet. So SPXU is the one that I have gambled on in the past, and SPXU is the one that I lost in 2008, 2009, $45,000 of my hard-earned money at 18 years old. And I have 500 shares of it, and I do not plan on making that same mistake. I'll just show you real quick. We have about almost a $6,000 profit, and by the end of this week I'll probably start selling it off because I really don't want to get caught with it, and I'd rather own it at its 52-week low if I was going to get stuck with it. Oh, next one. So this one here is Sasol. So sorry, let's go back to shares. So right here, QTY, I own 3,000 shares, and then price paid, just the next line over, which is $2.90. So let's click on Sasol. Sasol's got a few issues going for it. It's got a class action lawsuit, as you can see, first thing. They did say that there's speculation that they misappropriated their earnings, and the oil and gas, because Sasol doesn't just do oil and gas. They have a ton of chemicals, but the kicker is they get their money mainly from oil and gas. So as you can see, it is the biggest swing on anything I own, and this also has a big giant plant that's located in my city. So I'm basically betting on my city, because if somebody comes in and buys them, that's still a good thing if they actually BK, which would be terrible. But as you can see, it's got a $2.10 low and then $34 high. So let's just play with it, and let's just say that if it goes to $24 versus my 3, I'd have a $21 profit times 3,000 shares, which give me $63,000 in profit. But I do plan on bringing this to somewhere around 10,000 shares as long as I can keep my nerve. So all right, so let's see here. Another banking stock I have is Wells Fargo. It's basically Bank of America, but a little bit more structured with a lot better dividend. And I'm starting to like Wells more than I do like Bank of America. And lastly, I have ExxonMobil, another great stock that's been impacted by the fear as well as the oil and gas war. So I'm excited about this one as well. So lastly, let's get into my watch list. So I have Amazon, Citi, Delta, Disney, Royal Caribbean, Tesla, and United Airlines. So I've got a few of them, as well as Boeing. I've been looking at Boeing pretty strong lately. But out of all of these, I'm a big fan of Royal, United, and Boeing. I do really want to see Disney because Disney just came out with, of course, all of its new Netflix spinoff with, you've got all of its content it's going to be producing. And I mean, what child doesn't like Disney? I think it's going to be really good as well. So, but basically the biggest one between Boeing and Royal, I'm not sure about Royal because I've heard mixed signals, but Boeing is going for a third of what it is. So let me just click on some of these. Of course, Tesla's down to about 50% of what it was, but let's go with Boeing. So watch this. I was told by 2 of my friends that Boeing was probably a big one. So I go buy a good bit of Boeing, $128 a share. As soon as this is all over, Boeing goes straight back up to, right around where it was trading before, which would be really nice. United Airlines, I do not have an airline right now, so United would be where I'd probably like to be at. And as you can see, it's about a third of what it was as well. So that's a $60 gain with about the same price share. So I think United will probably be something I pick up tomorrow. And then, of course, I don't know if I've clicked on this or not, but Royal was trading below 30, and it's got a $100 pickup on there. So let's just say that if we did, Royal Caribbean at 28.61, and it came back to its high of 135, and let's say I had, 1,200 shares, just like I have in Carnival, that's $28.61 minus 135. That's $106 profit and 39 cents times 1,200 shares, which give me $127,668 in profit, which would be. So there you have it, my entire investment portfolio for you, and some things that I'm looking at doing in the future. On top of that, please keep in mind that buying and holding is always going to be the best way versus trying to time the market. Now, I'm not telling you not to try and buy in the dips or time the bottom, but nobody has the crystal ball for you to know exactly when that's going to be. Also, keep in mind that there are other perks to this as far as taxes. In the event that you buy and hold for longer than a year, you're going to be able to pay long-term capital gains, which is going to be 20% versus short-term capital gains, which means if you bought it and sold it tomorrow, or you go ahead and buy it and sell it within that year, you're going to pay 35% capital gains. Now, keep in mind, this is all fantastic, and another great tip would be for you to be able to understand what dividends are. Dividends are basically the fact that you buy a stock that pays you its earnings. It pays you a portion of its profits every quarter that you own that stock. If you actually want to look more into dividends, we'll do more future videos as well, but we're going to get back into the property videos pretty soon. But when it comes down to it, I would check out Wells Fargo, Carnival Cruise Lines, ExxonMobil, and Kraft. Those are all some pretty good ones with good paying dividends as well. If you guys like videos like this, please destroy that like button like you are buying a stock at its 52-week all-time low. Also, please hit the notification bell. It'll tell you anytime that we post, as well as subscribe. We're going to be posting every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And also, if you guys enjoy videos like this, please comment below and let me know that I'm either helping you or what you'd like to see in future videos. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and I'll see you on the next one.